the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing falling to this side and more. One giant shot and slam the driving wall.
Tempat filmnya Abel Spider-Man ya? Oh iya, Spider-Man.
That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting it to the audience, which is a hell of a ride.
Now, because of the rain today, we're kind of taking a unique tour route. You can take me way back to the Metropolitan Set. Take me away to an area called London Square.
Syuting seolah-olah seperti di London.
The set on the right, you can see there's, well, kind of a lot to it. A big flat surface with a mural painted on the front of it. You need to change the look of it. We simply give it a paint job, and voila, we're someplace new. I always like how some of the doorways there are painted on, others, well, actual real working doors. You just walk right through to the other side. Make your way to the far end of the Metropolitan Set through, truck parking. Also in this area on the left, you see this big brick wall. Again, it's nothing really terribly exciting, but you can use that to portray an industrial type setting, factory, if you will. Also, as we start to make our exit from the metro area, off to the left, you're going to see a little sound stage. It's the 727. One of the more prominent films to come out of stage 747 was The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Into the film, we're on a flight to Vegas. Also, here off to the right, the stage got a tank with some stairs on it. Use that to shoot underwater sequences. Full of water, toss a few actors in. Our crew and our cameras stay dry and film through the hatches on the outside. Also on the right, the Lion Estate signs. Remember these from Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. The Lion Estate signs outside of Marty McFly's neighborhood in his hometown of Hill Valley. Also on the right, a little taste of our western set, an area called Six Points, Texas. Now, it's named Six Points, Texas because many years ago, in our silent filmmaking days, we could shoot 6 different movies in there at the same time. We would just dress each street like a different town. Each street had its own bank, its own station, its own saloon, and its own hotel. Didn't have to worry about sound bleeding over from one production to the next. Again, early on, we did record sound, so it worked quite well. You can see a little truck in the back lot.
Semua diambilnya di
Play.
jadi seolah-olah dimanfaatkan, padahal cuma adanya dibohongin aja sama mereka. Tapi kita senang dibohongin ternyata.
For our new NBC show, The Good Place, stars Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. And it's actually probably good that the Good Place did come through Little Europe. Little Europe was one of the older areas on the lot, and they did a lot of refurbishment. They did some structural work. They did a lot of painting. Added in some cool signage, all sorts of good stuff. If you've seen the show, you'll recognize it as we make our way through. I guess the main bullet point here is that Little Europe, the insides of it, looking a lot more festive than it did just, say 5-6 months ago. But also, on a historical note, Little Europe was where a lot of our famous movie monsters got their breaks in the 1930s and 40s. Guys like Frankenstein's monster, Wolfman, and Dracula prowled these streets in their movie monster heyday. As we make our way through, we'll take a look at a few of our famous boogeymen.
I think we always think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, classic. That Frankenstein. Horror film. And I was just mesmerized by this movie. Boris Karloff. Mummy movie, really scaring me. It's still ringing our memories now, and we love them.
Indeed we do. Another thing featured in those early monster movies, other than the monsters, was usually a group of angry villagers out to bring the beast to justice.
He's in the woods. Get out of that house. Raise all the men you can. Lock them in indoors and wait for me.
Ada di sini nggak ada gambarnya. Film Frankenstein.